Hi everyone, thank you for joining me, Stampin' with Margaret, for this week's video. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is the card we're making today. In the email that I sent you the pattern of all the pieces that you will need to have ready if you want to make the card right along with me. Remember, since you can make it right along with me, you can always pause me so you can catch up with me, right? All right. So let's get started with this one. If you don't get my emails, please let me know. Here's my email address at mmmargimo@aol.com. Remember, it's an MM. Let me know and I'll get you on the list, and then that way you'll have the pattern for future reference, right? Okay, but if you don't, get a paper and pencil handy. Okay, let's get started. Look at this beautiful, beautiful card. This is using the Peonies stamp set. It's one of my favorite sets. Let me show you. It is the Prize Peony set. Look at these. These are so beautiful. And using our blends, which are our markers, look at how pretty this turned out. Started in the middle with a Flirty Flamingo. Did a few highlights around there and took some light ones. Later blends went in and just lightly colored it in, so it made it blend together. Isn't that beautiful? All right, that is our Prize Peony, or Peony, however you'd like to say it. Not too sure exactly how, but I like Peony. This is my daughter's favorite set, and that's why I like using it. All right, so here is the card, and look, it opens up. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Put a little sentiment there, write happy birthday, whatever you want. Okay, and if that's not enough room, you can always cut a piece of white, whisper white, put it on the back, and then write as much as you'd like. All right, I'm not overly wordy, so this is more than enough for me. Okay, let me show you how I did this. Okay, in your email, here are our pattern pieces. Okay, we're going to start with a 5.5 by 4 1/4. And another one, we're going to go down 1/4 inch. So, yep, this is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Going to go down one more 1/4 inch. So, this is going to be 5 by 3/4, 3 3/4. Okay? Okay, now that's going to be the base of our card. And now here's for the flap, this part right here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to cut, this one is 2.5 by 5. And I'm going to show you how to make that little V there. Okay, so it looks more like a flag, like mine does. Okay, then you're going to need some more here, and this one is going to be the base of the flag, and this is 4 by 2.5. Okay, now the next one, you're going to need a solid. It could be white. This is going to be the inside of your card. So, but I went ahead and I kind of like the color in there. I kind of like that look. So mine is going to be the Pear Pizzazz. Okay, and you also need a piece of the Designer Series paper that measures the same, which is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. All right, and our last piece that you'll need is for your sentiment. Now this card's going to be a little bit different than this one. It's not going to be, this card we're making today is going to have more layers, but it's up to you. You don't need to make all these layers. Use your own style when it comes to making this card. I have ladies that take pictures and they send them to me on a weekly basis, and I really, really appreciate it because their style is so different than mine. I kind of fall in love with the stamp set, and that's the one I use. So I will show you how this turns out, and please, if you get a moment, take the time, send it to me. Send me a picture of it. I want to see what it looks like. Love seeing the different personalities and different styles that everybody has. All right, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the flag that's going to flip up, right? So here's what we're going to do. I had asked you to have a pencil handy and an eraser handy, and we will be ready to go. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take the 5 by 2.5. This is going to be our flag. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. I got my pencil handy. I'm going to use my trimmer. You could use a ruler, my very well loved ruler. Okay, you could use a ruler and do all your markings that way, but I like doing it this way because this has a little bit of a channel in it, so I can make my pencil mark right through the middle of the channel. All right, so I'm going to mark this right at a half, and I'm going to score this at a half. So this is a quarter, this is a half. Bring it up here. Okay, mark it right there. And I'm going to put my pencil in here and then draw a little pencil mark. Nope. Okay, didn't need the pencil mark. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to score it. Score it at a half. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of that pencil mark, and I'm going to just use my eraser. Okay, and voila, it's all gone. Okay, but my score mark's there. Now, I got ahead of myself on the pencil, so it's just a score mark that you're going to do on that, and it's going to be a half. Okay, so now we're going to find the halfway mark on this 2.5, which would be 1 1/4, right? So let's put it right up here against the 1 1/4 mark, right there. Okay, now this is where the scoring is going to come in, or the pencil. Get rid of that scoring. Going to use the pencil, and I'm going to make a mark right just down at the bottom. Don't need it at the top. I'm only worried about 3/4 of an inch of the bottom. So I put a pencil mark right there. See it? All right. So now we want to come up 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. So let's count. Quarter, half, 3/4. All right, let's put that right on the 3/4 line. And again, just gonna do a light pencil mark. And remember, don't worry, we can erase that. Okay, let's open it up. We're all done. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of the ruler and or my trimmer. Set that off to the side. Now I'm gonna get a nice sharp pair of scissors. It's really helpful if you have a nice pointy pair of scissors, okay, when you're doing this step. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the corner, and we're gonna angle the tip of these scissors. It's right here in the corner. Angle the tip of the scissors towards this mark right here in the middle, where the two pencil marks match or meet. Okay, right there. Same thing on this side. Go to the tip of the paper and make sure you're pointing the tip of your scissors towards that mark there in the middle. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Okay, and then all what you have to do is take your pencil, your eraser. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Look at that. All the pencil marks are gone. All right. So that's going to be our flag. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our layers here. We're going to set this up here. We're going to use that in a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to take all these layers, set them off to the side. Don't need those right now. All right. So now we're going to put this layer down, but we want to be able to get this piece right underneath there. So let's go about it this way. What I'm going to do is turn it on its side. I'm going to take my pair of pizzazz. I'm going to glue all 4 sides, just like this. I like getting close to the edge so that my paper doesn't roll. All right, there's my glue. Okay, now you can see this. Let's go ahead and just give it a bend right on the fold line. Now we can see it even better. All right, so I'm going to set that right there. Kind of center it between the 2 sides. Set it right here. Give it about 1/8 of an inch to the fold line. Set it down right there. Now I'm going to take my glued piece of paper, turn it over. I'm going to hold it up so it's not sticking down over here. Hold it up, and then what we're going to do is line up the edges. I don't know if you've heard this trick, but I love this trick. If I want an 1/8 of an inch here, 1/8 of an inch here, most likely it's going to end up at an 1/8 of an inch at the top also, right? Well, it's darn close. Okay, and then what I want to do is make sure this side and this side are about even. There we go. Now that I'm happy, and see where my mark is, where the score mark is? We want it just above the line of the paper. All right, set that down, press down all my glue. All right, there's my flap. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, now don't worry about this flipping up. We can use our bone folder to press it down, but if you don't have a bone folder, just use your fingernail. All right, we're not going to worry about it flipping up because the weight of the sentiment or your flower is going to help hold it down, right? Okay, next layer. We're going to come in and we're going to take our designer series paper, our next sheet that is 5 by 3 3/4. We're going to place some glue all the way around the edges on this one also. All right, and get some in the middle. Don't forget that middle. Okay, and I like getting out near the edges. I don't want this to curl up. Okay, now we're gonna come in here, same thing again. We're gonna line up one of the corners at about an 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. Bring it down. I like using glue because, as you can see, you can just move it around a little bit. If you got tape down, you've got tape down, and it's going to be stuck and you're not going to be able to move it much. Now, see, I'm able to move that just a little bit because I have the glue. All right, that is my base layers all finished. Now, let's start building up our flag. Okay, so we're going to take the biggest piece, the one that measures 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and we're going to set that down here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my designer series paper down on that. And this is a 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Go ahead and let's get some glue on that. All right, glue that up good. Okay, again, we're going to line up that one corner at about an 1/8. And just layer down. I'm going to move it over just a little bit because I have glue. It will move. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to put on one more layer, and I want to put a sentiment down here, okay? Now on this one, I've only got 2 layers because I just wanted the flower. I wasn't going to put anything, any happy birthday, thank you, or anything on it. So that's why you're going to have one piece that measures 3 1/2 by 2. Now, you have options here. I can take this piece and put a sentiment on it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Or, look what else you can do. Go ahead and put a pretty sentiment on it. Use a label punch and punch it out. And you could put some dimensions on it, pop it up, and that would be your sentiment, right? Okay, now we need to finish the inside. Oh, first we better glue this one down, right? Okay, so we'll line it up so you can eyeball it here and see how the 2 greens match up. The Pear Pizzazz matches up, and I kind of want this so that it's about the same amount up here and same amount down here. So now what I'm going to do, you can either, if you really need to, you can go ahead and put a pencil mark here, a pencil mark here. Then you're going to know how high you need to put your glue, right? Just like this. Come down here. Here's my other pencil mark. I'm going to go above that pencil mark and go right like this. Now, if you don't want to do the pencil mark, that's fine too. You can just go ahead and put some glue on the back and then set it down. Now, I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to set this right like this, line it up on this one side, make sure I'm covering all that glue. All right, and set it down Look at that. Okay, now there's my front. You like that? I love it. I'm really happy with it. Now, let's go ahead and, I wasn't going to finish it, but I want to finish this card. So let's finish the front, and then I'll show you how we're going to do the inside. We still have to do that. I really like this, so I'm going to press this down. And again, on this side, those are our dimensions. Those are handy to have because it makes it pop up, and to me, I think it makes it look a little bit more finished, and like you put a little extra time into it too. All right, so I'm going to set this one down. I'm going to center it so it's top, bottom, left, right. All right, there we go. Look at how cute that looks. Can you see how it pops up? All right, now to finish the inside, a little trick here that I like to do because it's kind of hard for me to make sure that I have it really good and centered. So Scotch Brand makes this great tape that's called removable tape. So in other words, it is going to remove, but it's not really overly sticky, so it's not going to be permanent. It's going to be removable. So I'm going to take just a little piece about this long, about an inch long, rip it off. I'm going to take it and have it come back on itself. So now it's sticking and make us two-sided, right? So I'm going to take the inside piece that is going to go here, but look, it's kind of hard to figure out where exactly does it go. Hopefully you can see what I mean by that. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a piece of tape right here, this removable tape. I'm going to set this down, make sure I've got the right side. There's a bright side and another side that where you can see the cut mark, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down. Hopefully all that noise isn't coming through on here. Some people are outside throwing stuff in the trash can. So it got a little noisy there. All right, so I'm going to set that like that. See, I kind of have it even all around the edges. So now I'm going to come in here with my glue, put this all around the edges like this. All right. Okay, and put glue in the middle. All right, now watch this. This is magic. Go ahead, close it down. All right, make sure I get it stuck. And now as I'm opening it, I'm going to stick my finger down on the piece that is inside, and I'm going to bring it up. There we go. It's all stuck down. Look at that. Get rid of that. Don't need it anymore. And there is our card. Look at how cool that turned out. All right, now this does not want to lay down, so I'm going to use my bone folder. Look at that. All right, that's our card for the week. Easy. The pattern, again, hopefully you had a pencil and paper ready if you're not getting my emails. But if you want to be on my email list, just go ahead and get a hold of me, and I will get this, your pattern, weekly pattern to you. All right, so since it sounds like someone's cleaning the trash cans out there, so I better get going. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.